Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, where they have been calling the Hogs since early in the morning in anticipation of this showdown we have coming. A top 25 showdown coming up, two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Arkansas Razorback. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Razorbacks will kick it away to start. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. They'll give it to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season. You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? It's just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
He wants to throw. Pressure coming. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
There's not a quarterback in college football that's not going to be successful with that much time to throw the football. And I think, Reese, I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next room, and he doesn't sound happy. No words that we could use on this broadcast.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Nebraska.
The Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10. The give out of the gun. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
The give to the single back. Using the pads, using the stiff arm, using all kind of strength to get it across the 25 to the 26.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Wow, what an impressive-looking run. You think back to some of the greatest rushing offenses in the SEC in recent years. Remember that offense that had Darren McFadden and Felix Jones both in the backfield, sometimes taking wildcat snaps? Nobody could stop them. This dude, I think, could have broken his way into that rotation with his ability. This guy's sick.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the air, it's Wade. Now adjusting. Fires downfield. Complete to the right. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
2nd down coming up. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lets it fly deep downfield. It's caught. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense.
Convoy, green 25.
That's the end of the first quarter. And after one, we're tied 0-0.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Looking downfield, it's Wade. Using his legs to buy some time. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas! And the Hogs have put up the first touchdown of the game, and whoop-pig.
Whoop-pig, going nuts in the stands. Great fan base. They get excited. And you get out to the lead early, putting that score on the board, they are going nuts.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Well, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
First down for the offense.
Ready up. 29 Phillies.
He's going to pass. He's looking deep. A full dive to haul that one in. Just when you thought that ball was out of reach, nothing appeared to be out of his reach there.
He says just throw it up and I'll go get it. To track the ball all the way down the field and dive and lay out with that body control, that is a special catch.
Going up top on first down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. This offense tried to go right back to the well or right back to the air, and the defense was ready this time.
And a great response from the defense. You give up a big play, a huge chunk play that you didn't want to give up. Don't hang your head. Now play the next play. Played it aggressively, went and got the sack. Way to respond.
He'll pull it down.
I'll tell you what, man, this guy bails out his offensive line a lot. We've seen it over and over. Protection isn't always perfect, but he's just got the ability to scramble and just to create and extend plays. He wasn't able to get the first down there, but look at the situation now he's put his offense in. He was able to get a nice chunk of yardage back to make this decision on third down for the play caller a whole lot easier.
Third down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. Fires to the tight end. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And when this quarterback is in a rhythm, this offense is really hard to stop. You've seen that on this drive. He's 3 for 3, but they're also running the ball well. Everything they're dialing up right now is working.
And the Huskers will try to punch it in on first and goal. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing, especially at the quarterback position.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Right down the boulevard. So a drive there of 82 yards, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you've played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen, calmer. Now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Stopped at the 41-yard line after the 5-yard gain.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
To the air on first down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Dances away to buy time. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half.
And that's a great job by the defense not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground. They didn't give up the outside, got the sack on the play.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On the run, still looking. Plenty of time as he fires it to the right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The Razorbacks will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Makes a move. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and goal. A run for the quarterback. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Calls his own number. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. To throw, it's Wade. Throws to the wideout. Complete downfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are. and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
The throw to the outside is complete. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And the Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Trying to start the drive with a pass. Trying to get to him. The freshman able to get home with the sack. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Here's the handoff. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Escapes the sack. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Huskers will kick it off to start the second half. Just one of those mistakes that can happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line gets set, first down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Still looking on the move. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. The Razorbacks in the hurry up. Back to throw, it's Wade. Looking to the big tight end. He makes the catch. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. Remember some of the years when the Hogs spent a lot of time in the Wildcat just running it? You don't have to do that with this guy at quarterback.
And it just makes you less predictable, right? You got a running back in there. You know you're not going to throw it very much, but when they do have the ability to push the ball down the field and get some guys out of the box, it makes this offense even more exciting.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And it's loose. And the defense has it. Everybody reverse skate.
Oh, man, you're set up. You're in great position. The offense driving the ball down the field. You get in the red, you got to make something positive happen, Palmer, and that's not what they were looking for.
No, turnovers. That's why that's a key statistic when it comes to winning and losing football games, but it couldn't have come at a worse time, as you just mentioned, David. Down at this area of the field, situationally, when you're trailing, you simply can't have a mistake like that, and that's the difference between good teams and bad teams.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They'll keep it on the ground. Across the 25, He's got room. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. He unleashes a long one. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Huskers! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Coastal Carolina has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet there on the surf turf in Conway. They're up by 11 over Troy. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Caught near the sticks. It's Payne. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Razorbacks want to pick up the tempo. Back to the air one more time. It's complete to the left. Shakes off the tackler.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
To the air, it's Wade. Time to take a shot. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Smashes through the tackle. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Looking to buy time. He's going to run it. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the right. It's caught downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. A shot toward the end zone. And the pass hits, picked off. Taking it the other way. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to go up top on first down. Pulls it in. It's Hunt. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. This proficiency in the passing game can take you back to yesteryear, one of the great quarterbacks in Arkansas history, in Joe Ferguson.
Yeah, just slinging the pill, just being able to provide balance, being able to attack down the field, get people out of the box.
Open runway ahead. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. Movement here from the tight end. Wants to throw on 1st down. Buys a little time. Get every inch you can, but don't take the big hit. Great job by the quarterback. The Razorbacks come to the line in the hurry-up.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially...
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the missed connection, it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Wade. Using the quick game. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Working that left side now. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. This should be the last play of the quarter. Trying to find his man on 1st down. He's going to let it go. Snags it down the right side. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this 3rd period with a big play.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Nebraska 21, Arkansas 14.
1st down to start the drive after the break. He wants to throw. Slips away. But now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play.
And listen, the quarterback drops back. He's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
These DBs going to give a little cushion. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Coming after him. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And the defense gets him on the ground for the 4th time today, by the way. They've pressured him. He's still done an unbelievable job making completions. But you know what? Get him on the ground when he's got the ball. He can't make something happen. Keep hitting him. Keep getting him on the ground.
He's taking the shot. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
And the Huskers will bring the punt team onto the field. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
They'll operate out of split backs. From the gun, running back on the move. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Looking downfield, it's Wade. It's complete to the right. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And he breaks into the open. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal. And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth, and the stage will be set for a great finish. Going for 6. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. And the Razorbacks moving quickly to the line. Wants to fire on second down. Makes the grab. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Arkansas. I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next booth yelling, "Wrap up! You have to wrap up!"
Bring your feet. 4 points of contact. You hear all those stuff from your defensive coach. You know what? Sometimes the guy's just better than you. He makes a play and gets in the end zone.
Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Nebraska offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. They'll try the run. At the 45, on its way. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next one.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Looking to help the kicker out on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 59-yard attempt. Using his feet. Looking for room at the 30. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ballgame. The Cornhuskers are on the move. Handoff from the shotgun. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in a position to win.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Goodness, that happened fast. He'd been in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. Out of the shotgun on third down. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. He'll try to take him back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. It's the fourth quarter. It's a tie ball game. You need a stop. What an unbelievable job forcing the interception, creating offensive opportunity for your offense to go out and win this ball game.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Second down coming up.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
That's caught. It's Hunt. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left.
Nebraska.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Quarterback will keep it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Defense will use a timeout. 22 seconds remaining in the game. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. Looks as if he's going to run it. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Splits the uprights. Good. Big celebration, and understandably so, guys, but there is still time on the clock.
It is a nerve-wracking feeling as a football player when the game comes down to your kicker. And he has to come through, and Palmer, he comes through with flying colors.
And you know in college football, no field goal is automatic. But there's no college kicker situation here. He drills that right through the uprights. And David, it looks like his team's getting the dub.
Got to move quickly here. They need to get into field goal range. They'll throw it on 1st down. They're bringing heat. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Makes a catch along the left sideline, and that is a big pickup.
He runs out of bounds at the 22. First down for the offense.
So this is going to be rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And guys, after that field goal, brand new ball game, all tied up. We'll get it started here in overtime. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Comes out throwing on first down. That's caught. It's Hunt. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Looking to throw, it's Wade. Fires into the end zone. If he houses this, it's ball game. The 40, inside the 30. And the takeaway will put the finishing touches on this one. And man, just a soul-crushing turnover by this offense here in overtime.
It's so tough throwing the ball down in this area of the field, right? The windows are so much smaller, and they open and they close so much quicker. You've got to be so precise with timing and accuracy if you're the quarterback. And that time, it came back to bite him. Just didn't execute well enough.
Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
Small game, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You've got to do a lot of this.
The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Unleashes one deep. And they pick it off. You can't give it away in overtime. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. Here in the second overtime, they'll snap it on first down. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
That option game can be tricky, right? But nice job by the defense playing assignment football. And watch the linebacker, you can tell. Locked in on the quarterback, chases him down, gets to him. Not only gets to him, doesn't let him break a tackle, gets him on the ground.
He uncorks one deep. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Finds the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Now he's going to break the pocket. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were. Because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Now on the move. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to get it through the air. Flushed out of the pocket. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. The ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
The tension, the intensity, the drama, the offense steps to the line on fourth down in overtime. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Scrambling away. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. That's his third touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
Getting set for the point after. Just when you think it's automatic, it's not. Extra point, no good. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Defense going to use a timeout here to make sure everyone is crystal clear on their assignment here in overtime. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Throws for the tight end. Oh, and it's intercepted. A turnover in overtime. And the takeaway is the exclamation point. The game saver for the win. My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away here, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, Dan.
Yeah, right.
If you know Reese Davis, that is